Cruz campaign.
Right.
But as soon as it came out, they put out a statement saying, we're not done. We want to keep fighting, which is, Ted Cruz, we're here, we're going to do this.
But I've
we're
heard
in
that
it,
they've had trouble raising money. All the voices in the party, all the contributors who one would think might give money to the Stop Trump movement or forces, whatever you want to call them, a lot of that money just hasn't come, whether it's from Paul Singer or the Sheldon Adelson or the
So I make a
Koch
comment?
brothers. They just haven't come
Yeah.
out.
Where's my keyboard?
And just put new link, new active link.
Yeah, no, there's some pretty big names. It's just that they can get the money, but it's
And you can
not
put it in bold.
But I think that to your point,
New
it's
active
just
link
about
here,
the
and then
desire.
just list it.
And I just want to go back to Cruz
Live
for
streaming
one
is hard.
other point, which is, I've covered him since he's been in the Senate. And if there is any Donald Trump opponent who really, truly has the stomach to take the hits that he would have to take for the next month to get through the last primary day of June 7th, knowing that it is a very, very uphill climb just to stop Donald Trump from getting the delegate, it is Ted Cruz. He has been the subject of ridicule since he walked in the door in Washington.
As you know,
QUIT.
He can do it. The question is whether he has the stomach to do this now.
but also, as you know, when a candidate enters a race, they have to sit down and have a conversation with their wife or husband and their children and their family. They have to talk about how difficult it's going to be. Time away from home, seeing daddy or mommy attacked. Ted Cruz's
What are they
family
talking about?
has been through a lot. There was that.
Will he quit is what they are currently discussing right now on CNN.
There were the attacks.
They are discussing, will Ted Cruz come out and announce that he's gone?
The attack on Ted
That's
Cruz's
what they're-
hero, his father,
Over text on my
Rafael
internet.
Biden.
All right, let's see. Can we talk about Bernie? Where's he? You're covering up Bernie.
Said many times today, which was
Oh, Lord.
false. Just false.
I don't think Trump supporters care about Bernie.
I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm just a Cruz hater.
Does he want to put his family?
Let us
That cuts both ways.
Let me enjoy this. Let me enjoy
let us
this.
hate Cruz together.
We can hate Cruz together and still say go Bernie because Trump supporters are pretty sure they're going against Hillary anyway. So what can it hurt to celebrate Bernie?
That could say enough of this. I don't
What do you think?
this anymore,
Trump supporters
or also
watching.
could make him even
Who could
more
you beat?
dug in to say, you know what, you're going to come
Hillary
after my
or
family,
Bernie?
after the doctor.
Ah, think of it that way, yeah. Would you rather go against Hillary or Bernie? They would
Polls
they
show
would
Bernie.
probably, I bet Trump supporters want to go against Hillary because he's just going to brand her as a corrupt politician. You know how he went lying Ted? Lying Ted! He holds the Bible high, then he lies, right? And that stuck. That stuck so much
Puts it down,
that
then it
news
lies.
media, it stuck so much that news media has been reporting Lying Ted in headlines, right? That's how good the branding has worked, right? So what do you think he's going to do to Hillary? He's going to go corrupt politician Hillary, corrupt Hillary, corrupt Hillary. I don't know. I'm suck at names. But
Corrupt Hillary?
yeah, but Bernie, what's he going to say? He's a poor Jew. That's not much of an attack.
No Jews. They're great
What's he
people.
going
Good
to
people.
What's he going to say? He's a socialist.
Well, he's a socialist.
60% of the
Well,
country
he's
don't
Democratic.
care. 60% of the country don't care if he's a socialist or not. They ruined that by calling Obama a socialist over the past 8 years. You guys calling Obama a socialist so much and putting it on bumper stickers and talking about it on social media. You said it so much around your children. This is important. Listen to me. You said it so much around your children. Socialism, socialism, socialism. I don't want socialism. I don't want America to be socialist. That your children was desensitized to the word socialism and socialist. So now when they hear about socialism in school, they're just like, what's that? Is that like the opposing football team that my parents root for? Yeah, I want to be edgy. I want that. And I'm a guy that supports socialism. I'm just saying, you conservatives that don't want socialism really screwed up by talking about it all the time and saying it every single time that Obama sat down on the toilet and said or did anything, and you cried at socialism, 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 and that's bullshit. It desensitizes everybody to the real world, so the real word, socialism. And so when Bernie comes out and he's like, I'm a socialist, boom! You reap what you sow. The country's now ready to freaking... Okay, socialist sounds pretty good because Obama was socialist and that wasn't that bad. Boom! Boom! You just took the sting out of your own word. You people. You don't know how to you don't know how to control mass populations of people through disinformation. You just think that throwing out disinformation and propaganda today is just gonna it's like taking a drug. You want that hit of that drug right now to soothe the problem right now, but it's just a band-aid and you're not fixing the system. You're not making the system better.
Come on. I just want to do a shout out to my girl, Michelle. Just realized today's your birthday. Holy crap. Happy birthday. Sorry. Okay.
Happy birthday, people.
I won't put that. Happy birthday. I just put you on YouTube Live. Alright, so where are we at? Can they stop talking
Trump is
about
coming
him?
out.
He is? Here we go. Here we go.
We will
So no cruise yet.
play Trump. Check this out.
Don't mess anything up. I want it to keep going.
I'm not messing anything up. I'm just going to highlight Trump. That's all.
Don't break it.
Wow, jeez.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just highlighting the Trump section. That's all.
Oh, that was sweet.
Because, you know.
Well, they're going to go full screen when he starts talking. They're not going to show that schmuck anymore.
Because I think that the handwriting is really on the wall here, and as has been said before,
The handwriting is on the wall, Ted. El Rato.
suggests that somehow this train that seems to be in full engagement now is going to suddenly slow down.
There we go.
Mikey1978416 says, I won the debate.
Well, that's cool. Hey, I got invited to a baby shower / pool party.
That's what Nephilim Free used to say. I won the debate. Shaka God. Remember Shaka God?
Oh my God, you just went back in time. Is this still up, down? Where are we going? Look at all those ropes. Sorry.
Foxley was a fun chat room. That was fun. That really was.
Bring back Foxley. Bye, so who's this? I love the comments that they show up on there. It's kind of funny.
Very unlikely. I mean, Ted Cruz made so much of Indiana, and that this was the place he told
I don't know to somebody else that we be live streaming this. Where's my phone?
Goodbye, El Rato. Goodbye.
Hey, do a little song and dance for us, will you? While we wait, entertain us a little bit. Let's see. Okay. Where am I looking for? I'm looking for
Yeah, Shaka God. Shaka God used to be all. Let's debate. I won the debate. But he would just like ban people from his room, right? And then he'd be like, I totally won that debate. It was just so fucking weird.
He's a young man. I think he's 45 now. His argument remains, that he is the true conservative, that the only path for Republicans in a presidential campaign is to nominate the
It's a rejection of Ted Cruz, and I'd love to see which way. I know that John Kasich didn't have an enormous vote in the state to begin with, but I'd be curious to say which way did those voters swing. I don't think they voted for Cruz, despite whatever that aborted deal was. I think they went to Trump.
Do you think? Do you see Donald Trump again? Impossible to predict what Donald Trump's going to, no matter what his advisors say, what he's going to do. But
There we
do you
go.
see him pivoting
All right,
to
where are we at?
Do you see him
Where are we at?
pushing on that, or-
No, he has not come. Trump is coming out, it looks like, before Ted Cruz. So it looks like that's what we're going to see first.
First of all, don't forget, it's hard to feel sorry for him tonight. He started this fire. He decided to torch the U.S. Senate so he could become president.
How do you-
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Ted Cruz started this.
I hear it. I know he did.
Because he thought it was a way to become president.
I know he did.
He
We all
set
know he
a
did.
fire and now he's trapped in the house
Yes,
set on fire.
he is now dying in the house that he set on fire. Is absolutely the truth.
Pioneered and he's done it better. So for now, Ted Cruz to say, "Oh my goodness, what happened to decorum and reason?" and not, he's calling his own colleagues a liar. Well, also Ted Cruz early on, Ted Cruz was embracing Donald Trump and attacking the media. It was hard to do. Trying to divide. It was hard to do.
Well, just on one point, you've been saying
53%. Look at that.
Ted Cruz
Kasich
was
votes.
on the Hill.
Kasich
There's no
votes
evidence.
went
But
to Trump.
Also, you could argue that he did what
He
was
picked
elected
up
to do,
about
and
3 to
he
4% of
made
Kasich's
promises
votes.
to voters that he said he was going to do. Ted Cruz, and not to put him on the couch here, but I think what is also going through Ted Cruz's mind is that, look, of 17 Republican candidates, I'm still left standing. That's remarkable.
We got to take a quick break. We're anticipating comments from Ted Cruz and from Donald Trump. We'll bring those to you live. We'll be right back.
All right.
CNN Sunday.
Alright, let's do a little dance, a little song and dance. You get out there, you're female. Intermission time. Intermission time.
I was dancing earlier. If you didn't catch that, that's your problem. Wait, that was the other feed. Now I'm just nervous again. Let's see. They got Ted Cruz, or they're showing the Ted Cruz one. They're not even showing the Donald Trump one. Who do they think? Oh, there we go. There's Trump. Oh, that's Trump hate.
Yeah. You see how he comes out looking all like presidential and ready to take control of shit?
It's still less than a 20% lead. What is
he says don't dance on my fellow Canadian's grave too much.
You can have him back. We don't want him. Can we still get rid of him? Poor Canada was like, take him, please.
We can listen to that epic rant earlier
Yes,
today.
let's hear it. That one was good.
Donald Trump alleges that my dad was involved in assassinating JFK.
No, actually he didn't. He said, did he know Harvey Oswald? Was he with him? What's that all about? All he did was ask a question like Glenn Beck. Ironically, Ted Cruz goes walking around with Glenn Beck all the damn time and lets Glenn Beck warm up his crowds and do the whole Jesus wants Ted Cruz to be your freaking pastor. And then Ted Cruz comes out. And then the nerve of him to come out and say that.
You said something about my dad. Did I get that right?
No, he's just lying. I was like,
Of course he's lying, but he's also whining. He's lying and whining about it.
Trump did not
while
say
he
that his
lies.
dad, like...
I know he didn't. Everybody knows he didn't. But that's what Cruz is going to say anyway. Because that's what he does. Look at the other one.
Which other one?
The one where he's bitching about how Cruz insulted his wife and stuff like that, even though we're weeks away from that.
Oh yeah, this is it. It's just 11 minutes and 50 seconds long.
Well, hit it.
So he says a whole bunch of stupid shit in it.
38% of
The National Enquirer is tabloid trash. But it's run by his good friend David Pecker, the CEO, who's endorsed Donald Trump.
I'm nervous.
And so the National Enquirer has
David
become
Pecker's
his
so
hit
nervous.
piece that he uses to smear anybody and everybody. And this is not the first time. Donald Trump has used David Pecker's National Enquirer to go after my family. It was also the National Enquirer that went after my wife Heidi. That just spread lies, blatant lies. But I guess Donald was dismayed because it was a couple of weeks ago the Enquirer wrote this idiotic story about JFK. And Donald was dismayed that the folks in the media weren't repeating this latest idiocy, so he figured he'd have to do it himself. He'd have to go on national television and accuse my dad of that. Listen, my father has been my hero my whole life. My dad was imprisoned and tortured in Cuba, and when he came to America, he had nothing. He had $100 in his underwear. He washed dishes making 50 cents an hour. You know, he's exactly the kind of person Donald Trump looks down on.
Okay, pause it and elaborate. Go ahead.
His father
Uh-huh.
was imprisoned and tortured in Cuba, right?
Yeah.
So when he comes to the United States, he's angry. He wants revenge. He wants to make up for it. He probably blames America in some way, too.
Uh-huh.
So he has a child that he raises and says, you're the Messiah of America, and this is what you will be, and creates the creepy serial killer that is Ted Cruz.
This is true. See, you mean like, so instead of sending bombs, like, what's his name did? The bomber guy.
Where's the volume?
Holy crap! He's
Where's
up
the
at
volume?
12,000
Where's the
points.
volume?
In Indiana
Yeah.
right now, but still.
60% of the vote remains outstanding right now.
Holy
I guess
crap!
my point is,
Huge winner.
what's more
In
likely?
Indiana tonight.
God
Really
told
happened
them
about
all that
Congress.
he's going to be the
He's at
Messiah, or his dad
52.6%.
decided because he was
President
imprisoned in
Obama,
torture, so he needs to
36.8%.
create
John Kasich,
something instead.
7.9%. John Kasich really didn't even
God told him, or
I
he decided
don't-
to get back at
Big
things.
win.
Dude, I absolutely don't think he was imprisoned and tortured. His dad was part of a workers. What?
Does anybody know the truth?
His dad was part of a workers' uprising when he was about like 17, 19 years old, something like that. And it was just, he got picked up for being anti-government, and he was locked up for 30 days. And then he all huffed and stomped his foot, and he was like, "I'm gonna swim to America or whatever." And then he like stuck in fucking Canada or some shit. I don't know.
Third place and coming out.
But he was
Kind of like how Harley.
he was a
Oh,
goddamn
it's going downhill. Kind of like how Harley Fiorino started out as a secretary.
he was a goddamn nuclear physicist. So I mean, this whole idea that he's just a penniless working man is just bullshit.
Yeah, I do think
He's exactly the sort of asshole that would raise El Rato, who won't flush.
By the way, yes, did you know that the word for rat would be raton? This is funnier, and I don't think we made it up.
Went on to win. I think what's remarkable about Donald Trump and this season
He's
is that
you're doing fine. You're
Please
doing
don't,
great.
please don't, please
for
don't.
the kind of candidate who could generate this kind of
She's just
enthusiasm
mad because
for
she's
them.
still a Marco Rubio
Not
fan.
since Reagan have they had a candidate that they didn't really need to foist upon the voters and package and convince them. Here's why you should love John McCain, or here's why you should get behind Mitt
Yeah,
Romney.
she's just mad.
Donald Trump has needed
She mad.
I need the map. Show me the damn county map. I want to know what's going on.
Tremendous resistance from a lot of the establishment and the party.
That's not it.
That's remarkable. I can
That's
lament
it.
that the right guy at the right time
Let's see.
isn't particularly conservative, but
This says 42.7% reporting.
Ooh!
Oh. Wait, look. She got one county over there, but not the other ones.
Well, it looks like
Look,
Bernie's
David, look,
winning.
David, look, David, look, David.
Yes, it looks like Bernie is winning.
Don't bode well in a general election.
He's
like
getting
whether
those
it's a bad
counties.
Muslim.
Yep.
It's a party thing.
She got the inner urban where it's
Okay,
mostly
LaPorte,
black.
Indiana. LaPorte, Indiana.
Okay, so basically,
Come through for me. I gave you, Indiana, I gave you, how many years did I give you? 4.5 years. I was there 5 years, Indiana. Give me something back.
so basically, it looks like Hillary won that Chicago suburb, really black people county, but the 3 counties that are surrounding it, Bernie got those, and that's why he's winning now. He got that dense population area around Chicago, and he got the white vote.
I'd like to put a shout out to all my people out in Tippecanoe County. Boiler up. Thank you guys. If you voted for Bernie,
Bernie,
if that
dude.
stays solid, I'll be really happy with you. My alma mater. All right.
Trump is the hope and change candidate for the Republican Party. He's all, I'm gonna go in there and make America great again. We're gonna change everything, right?
I'm excited. Look, I'm
Right?
excited. Oh my God.
Bernie is the hope and change candidate for the Democrat
What are
Party.
the numbers in my county?
A wave is coming.
We should want a
64
Trump
to
versus
35,
Sanders.
54 to 45.
America
55 to
deserves a
44,
Trump versus
47
Sanders
to
ticket.
42.
Because America is ready to really battle these political ideologies on the extremities.
I love this man.
Some of these counties she's leading in are still close, too.
But you cannot misunderestimate this man. You cannot be
Not
like
that
Jeb
one.
Bush, play by the Marcus of Queensbury rules.
Not that
You
one.
have to keep it on issues because you don't want to be Marco Rubio trying to match an insult comic.
I slapped your butt. Looks like I didn't get it on camera though.
She's got this whole southern Indiana thing going, so Evansville, this might kill us, I guess, too, then. She's got Evansville and everything down here around Kentucky. I don't know what this is about. So she might lose. She might win these counties as
Is a
well.
protectionist message. When I was a young guy, I was out there in Seattle
Look at that.
protesting against the World Trade
Cruz might
Organization,
get a couple
talking
more
about
counties.
NAFTA and GATT. People say,
This is what I care about. This is what I care about. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You're
Come on. Come on.
And guess
So
what?
83 delegates. That's a lot of
And
delegates.
the winners from globalization,
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't
Harvard.
think it's winner take all.
the losers
What is it in Indiana?
are clear and
I don't think it's winner take all.
What do I want to ask? Delegate distribution in Indiana?
Donald Trump, and does he start to do it tonight? Can he reach out to some of the Sanders supporters, and can he actually get?
He is doing it. There is a huge fight. You are right. When you look at the polling data,
you will
Here we
see
go.
the Democrats are not as mad. We're a little bit more clumped together. We can heal, but there's a hair.
How does it work? No,
It's not
that's
a
not what I
shattered
want.
femur. There's a
I wanna
hairline
know, is
fracture,
it-
and it has to do with this pain over trade. And you've got now somebody who is going to run a tough campaign. You're going to see a sunsetting on this possible.
Hey, we're live on YouTube here, so if anybody knows the answer to this question, tell me how the Democrat delegate count goes in Indiana.
Let me just say, there is, I think, what's going on in Brooklyn now.
Yeah, let's get some audience participation.
Indiana Republican is a winner take all state.
How to take Donald Trump. Exactly. But the big question to me is, Donald Trump says it's easy to be president, but it's not easy to be president, and people know that. And I sat next to that office for a couple of years. It is a very, very tough job. You take the wrong step, you send armies marching, you send markets.
It says for the Republicans, it's really clear. What is it for the
And
Democrats?
I think the case that Donald Trump has to make, that he hasn't come close to making yet, is that he can be trusted with that responsibility. And I think that there's still a majority of Americans who are going to be very concerned about that.
And you use the word trust. I mean,
I don't know.
the Achilles
Somebody
heel
tell me. Does anybody know?
for Hillary Clinton during this campaign has been the trust issue. And
Please
no
play
I
Looking
think
Out
Donald
or
Trump
what?
is going to take a vat of Oppo
Play
research
what?
and dump it on her head. And
Play
everyone
what?
in Brooklyn, where Hillary's
Looking all, I know, right? Looking all orange.
I think you were saying playing about playing.
Oh, that one?
Ted Cruz.
Well, we're waiting for one of them to come out, man.
You will, but I do think that there's
I
a
want to
certain
know
level of
how the
credibility
how
that you have to pass
the
for Americans to say, okay,
delegates
you can do the
go
keys.
for the
We're
Democrats.
ready to let you be the guy who has his
Somebody
finger
tell
on
me.
the button.
And he already is the guy who is the guy who tells it like it is, right? Now, Democrats may not think that, but Republicans do. He's motivated Republicans. My big question here for Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump is the role of President Obama in all of this. And, Van is talking about trade.
But Jeffrey, as a Trump supporter, would it be a mistake though for Donald Trump to suddenly get on teleprompter and start trying to go kind of?
I don't know what it is.
When you do these policy speeches, that's fine, like you did the other day. But too much of that, and he will lose exactly why he's there.
Somebody tell me.
You may have noticed I compare him on occasion to Ronald Reagan.
I don't know what it is.
But
What's it going to be?
there's a great article in
The
Politico
TED video. Okay.
that talks about Jimmy Carter in 1976.
Which one is it?
And the
This one?
same kind of atmosphere.
None for the entire campaign. For those of y'all who have traveled with me all across the country, I'm going to tell you what I really think of Donald Trump.
Ask and
This
you
man
shall
is a
receive.
pathological liar. He doesn't know the difference between truth and lies. He lies practically every word that comes out of his mouth.
He liar.
And in a pattern that I think is straight out of a psychology textbook.
I know psychology.
His response is to accuse everybody else of lying. He accuses everybody on that debate stage of lying. And it's simply a mindless yell. Whatever he does, he accuses everyone else of doing. The man cannot tell the truth, but he combines it with being a narcissist. A narcissist at a level I don't think this country's ever seen. Donald Trump is such a narcissist that Barack Obama looks at him and goes, "Dude, what's your problem?" Everything in Donald
Something's happening on Trump's side.
is about Donald.
Just wait.
I'm waiting.
And he combines being a pathological liar. And I say pathological because I actually think Donald, if you hooked him up to a lie detector test, he could say one thing in the morning, one thing at noon, and one thing in the evening, all contradictory, and he'd pass the lie detector test each time. Whatever lie he's telling at that minute, he believes it. But the man is utterly amoral.
What do you want to bet Trump comes out at the same time as Cruz and
The
speaks
man is
over
utterly
him?
amoral.
That would be
Immorality does not
so
exist.
You
badass.
think he'd
It's
do that?
why
They're
That would be
waiting.
so
he
cool.
went after Heidi directly and smeared my wife, attacked her.
Let me offend her.
Apparently, she's not
Are you
pretty
sure
enough
they
for
got
Donald
the
Trump.
stream and the R the Donald? And they got the
I may be
correct-
biased, but I think if he's making that allegation, he's also legally blind. But Donald is a bully. We just visited with fifth graders. Every one of us knew bullies in elementary school. Bullies don't come from strength. Bullies come from weakness. Bullies come from a deep yawning cavern of insecurity. There is a reason Donald builds giant buildings and puts his name on them everywhere he goes. And I will say, there are millions of people in this country who are angry. They're angry at Washington. They're angry at politicians who've lied to them. I understand that anger. I share that anger. And Donald is cynically exploiting that anger. And he is lying to his supporters. Donald will betray his supporters on every issue. If you care about immigration, Donald is laughing at you. And he's telling the moneyed elites he doesn't believe what he's saying. He's not going to build a wall. That's what he told the New York Times. He will betray you on every issue across the board.
All of them. He's just terrible.
And his strategy of being a bully, in particular, is directed at women. Donald has a real problem with women. People who are insecure. People who are insecure about who they are. Donald is terrified by strong women. He lashes out.
Ted Cruz coming out? Who's coming out? Oh, I thought he was coming out. No, it was someone
That's
else.
his father, dude.
So they're coming out?
Yeah.
Onto the stage. Carly Fiorina is also.
Oh, there she is!
A bitch.
Anticipate to hear from Senator Cruz any moment now. Again, the tone of what, how he says what he says is going to be very important to watch.
Is that Monica Lewinsky?
That a lot of people will be watching for.
Why does that chick look like Monica Lewinsky? I don't think it is, but it looked like her. Is that like his sister?
I know that I speak for the entire Cruz family, the entire Cruz team.
He's not coming out, is he?
When I tell you how many Hoosiers we have fallen in love with on this campaign.
Why is she speaking like he's not coming out?
I don't know.
All the wonderful
What the fuck
people
are they
who
doing?
have shown up at
Dude, Trump should come out
rallies
right
across the
fucking
state.
now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The retail stops where people let what looked like awesome food get cold
Oh, you can't see it. There we go.
while we all stood and talked about the state you love and the state we have come to love and the nation we all love.
She's crying. She can't cry too much though. She got $500,000 for it.
Dude, did he send a
We came
woman
together as
to...
fellow
So the
warriors.
feminists are gonna get angry with the
Warriors in
He
accusation.
sent a woman to quit for him
to
because he
save
ain't
the
man
soul of
enough
our
to do
party,
it.
the character and the
You
future
really
of
think
our
he's
nation.
gonna quit?
And that cause continues. And you are warriors still.
Oh no, they ain't quitting. She did have plastic surgery again, man. Or again, I don't know. Had plastic surgery.
You know what makes this country extraordinary. You know that we are extraordinary because while people are gifted by God all over the world, it is only in this nation that so many people have been
No, but her
given
eyes
the
are
opportunity to
glistening.
realize
She's
their
trying to
God-given
pretend like
gifts.
she's being
And
sincere.
we've been given that opportunity
She doesn't know how
because
to be sincere.
we were founded on two powerful ideas. One, that each of us have a right to find and use our God-given gifts, a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That those rights come from God and should not
No,
be
they
taken
never
away
said
by
that.
man
They
or
never said that
government.
part.
And the other idea, that power concentrated is power abused. And so when power gets
why is he running
concentrated
for
in the
power?
hands of too few for too long, too many Americans and this nation suffer.
She's really bad at reading teleprompters.
And you
Check
know,
this
as
shit
I
out.
know, that in this nation,
She like has to turn her
extraordinary
head.
people step up.
And Carly using
You
the
all
teleprompter.
stepped up. And it has been my great pleasure,
That's how
my
she keeps reading the
privilege,
teleprompter.
my
Side to
honor,
side.
to stand by and fight alongside one of the great citizens of this extraordinary nation.
Like I'm getting dizzy watching her flip from teleprompter to teleprompter.
Why
The
are they
Ted
acting
Cruz
like
that I
they
have
want?
come to know, the same man that you have come to know.
Denial!
This is a man who favors substance over sloganeering. who
That's me
favors
snapping everything, guys.
respect over insult, who favors positive
Yeah, I
policy
know. We got
solutions that
we
will
got a little
actually
delay
work
here.
over hand waving.
Okay, so he does come out. Okay. Apparently, he does come out on stage.
It has been my great
Who ruined the
privilege
surprise
and
for me,
honor to come
Mikey?
to know him as a friend, as a husband, as a father. He is indeed a great citizen of this great
She is
nation.
like the worst speaker.
And so, citizens, fellow citizens, as we fight on for the
Nothing.
nation we hold dear.
Nothing. There's nothing to fight for.
That's why I call him the rat. He won't fucking
As
flush.
we know that our history is
Hard to
long
catch a
and
rat,
our
hard to kill a
future
rat.
is longer still, please join me in welcoming a great man, Ted Cruz. He is wonderful
What could he possibly
and
say here?
brilliant and great
I don't
wife,
have
Heidi
any clue.
Cruz, and the two girls that I have come to love as much as you have, Caroline and Catherine. A great American family.
Trump should come out right fucking.
I know Trump really has to come on stage now.
Trump needs to come
Let's
out.
do it. He did. He really did. He brought the girls. Leave those poor girls alone. Come on stage now. He's been speaking for like a minute or two. Apparently, we're behind. Awkward silence. There was an awkward silence there. They should have had music.
God bless the Hoosier State.
Well, that was weird. That was creepy. She came up. It was awkward.
Let me tell you about the America that I love.
Let me tell you about my
Our
delusional
nation
world that I make us
is an
in my own
exceptional
head.
We were founded by risk takers and pioneers, brave men and women who put everything on the line for freedom. We began with a revolutionary idea that our rights don't come
She's
from
trying
kings
so
and
hard to
queens
be, like, happy
or even
and smiley.
presidents, but from God Almighty.
See, blonde ain't her natural color.
That every one of us has an unalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That was Carly's line. Sure, he says that. He's reading her speech.
Quit!
And that to protect those rights, the Constitution serves as chains to bind the mischief of government.
I'm a green egg and ham.
For more than 2 centuries, we have protected those rights.
That's fine.
We believe in equal rights
But
for
keyboard's hard to
everybody.
reach. Just hit read
That
press.
everybody deserves dignity
Yeah, but
and
the keyboard's hard to
respect,
reach. Just do it with the mouse.
whether they agree with you or not. That there will always be evil in the world and injustice in the world, but America stands up to it and
Hi,
confronts
Rachel.
it.
Yes, we vote you out. Get the fuck off my TV screen.
Rachel cares about politics.
Even from a Montgomery jail, our voice for justice and equality rings out.
She creeps me out, man. She totally creeps me out.
America is
Something
hopeful.
natural about how she looks at him and smiles. Like,
America is
she
kind.
hopes she's not going to. No,
We are
Heidi.
not boastful
Like, she's
or
hoping he's not
mean-spirited.
going to beat her.
Dude,
tonight.
Heidi Cruz is a slave.
America
She's a
is
slave.
brave.
He keeps her chained up in the basement,
keep our
and he
word.
pumps her full of so
And
many
we believe in
SSRIs that
peace
she's all
through
like,
strength.
I can't be anything but happy.
We have spilled more blood, spent more treasure in defense of liberty than any country in history.
She's sick from all the beatings.
Yet we do not engage in wars of conquest.
See?
We do
There
not
was a
seek to
reset.
enrich ourselves
Did you see that?
at our
Came
neighbor's
up.
expense. America is the land that gave
It's
my
totally
mom,
fake.
an Irish-Italian girl growing up in a working-class family, the chance to be the first in her family ever to go to college, to become a pioneering computer programmer in the 1950s.
What did she pioneer?
She was pioneering in that she programmed.
Maybe just because she was female. I don't know.
I love you, Mom.
She's really short.
America is the land.
Yeah.
This is
the love of
hilarious.
my
He's gonna
fathers
beat her
and
with her
penniless
coffee.
No
immigrants.
matter what Ted Cruz
He's
can do,
seen
somebody has
oppression,
to fuck it
prison,
up.
and torture in Cuba.
I feel
And
bad
for
for her
him,
because Zoe's her and he's going to beat her.
America was hope.
Bernie's holding,
It was
dude.
opportunity.
Bernie's holding.
In 1957, if someone had told that teenager washing dishes for 50 cents an hour that one day his son would be elected to the Senate and he would get a chance to cast his ballot for his son to be President of the United States.
He killed him like Bloomington, Indiana.
Did he just say he's dropping out?
No.
He's dropping out.
What? He said that?
That teenage immigrant washing dishes could never have believed it. And yet that's exactly what happened, only in America.
He's gonna drop out. He's gonna drop out.
Is that true?
He's gonna drop
He
out.
didn't say that.
He hasn't said it yet. But CNN's reporting it, I think.
In
Right?
recent months, a lot of people have been talking about what happened 40 years
Maybe
ago.
Trump's
at the
campaign is
Republican
like pulling a
convention
Ted
in Kansas
Cruz
City,
over
Shit,
our
nobody
party's
wants it.
last contested convention.
Oh, well.
When I look back at that convention in Missouri,
Maybe Trump's just
I
pulling the
think of the
Ted Cruz
speech
on
that
Ben
Ronald
Carson.
Reagan gave to our party.
Goodbye.
He spoke not of the next 4 years.
Goodbye.
Wait till it's official.
Oh,
There
we'll
of
wait.
interest
We'll
to
wait.
those
We'll
who
warm
seek
up.
to build their own fortunes in the short term. But instead, he looked to the distant times that concern the men and women whose purpose it is to secure the blessings of liberty to their posterity. Ronald Reagan spoke of the next 100 years and of the generations of Americans who would come to know whether our nation had escaped the existential threat of nuclear war, who would know whether our party had succeeded in its fight against the erosion of constitutional freedoms that only grow and multiply under rule of the Democratic Party. Ronald Reagan
Could he
spoke
really
of the
drop him
purpose that defined our party
Maybe
then
it's 'cause she's
and that
dying.
must
She's
unite and
talking.
drive our party now.
Say that you're dropping out, you stupid sack of shit.
The Republican
So what would that
Party
make
of
it?
Ronald
Like,
Reagan
he's
and of
saying-
George Herbert Walker Bush
Yeah, he's already
ensured that
announced he's saying-
thousands of
Why?
nuclear missiles that the
Apparently his
Soviet
campaign's
Union and the
completely out
United
of money,
States
so he's
had
just in it for,
targeted each other
more free
were
lunch.
never fired, and that Soviet communism was consigned to the ash heap of history.
There's like 4 counties left in all of Indiana with nothing recorded.
They fought hard so that our American freedoms were not lost to any foreign foe,
There's no
nor
major counties left
sacrificed
except
in
maybe
pursuit of any domestic
Oh.
agenda of the Democratic Party.
So east of Indianapolis. I don't know what that is.
Yet the challenges we face today remain as great as ever. Americans are deeply frustrated
Oh my God, I have so much
and
adrenaline.
desperately want to change the path that we're on.
Can't he just say I'm
We have
dropping out and
economic
shut up otherwise?
stagnation at home, and our constitutional rights are under
Also
assault.
celebrating Bernie. They're going to downvote that
Under the
anytime.
Obama-Clinton foreign policy, Russia has emerged as a resurgent threat. China looks with a covetous eye on the lands of our allies in the region. A nuclear North Korea and a near-nuclear Iran yearn to devastate
that
our
link.
homeland. And American parents and grandparents will watch the fireworks with their kids and will dream of the grandchildren and great-grandchildren to come and wonder how those future generations of Americans will remember what we do not only this summer, but in the coming decades. Will we rise to meet the challenges that face our nation on the international stage, or will we withdraw and cower timidly from the world? Will we secure freedom
Margin
of
is
thought,
smaller.
expression, and religion for future generations?
Why is he saying all this if he's drop out? I don't get it.
Or will we succumb to the
What
tyranny
is
of a
this?
political correctness and the temptation of racial politics and balkanization here at home? Will we hold fast to our founding values of rewarding talent, hard
Looks like
work, and
Bernie's gonna win.
industry? Or will we continue on that path of creeping socialism that incentivizes apathy and dependency?
Democrats can't allow that because then
will we deliver control of health care to citizens and their doctors? Or will we continue down the Obamacare road to second-rate socialized medicine? Will we keep America safe from the threats of nuclear war and atomic terrorism? Or will we pass on to future generations a land devastated and destroyed by the enemies of civilization?
Just shut up, get off and say.
This is the responsibility.
I'm Ted Cruz. I'm a loser. I'm a
wrap
loser.
it up. Tell us the conclusion, Ted.
This is our challenge. This is the fight that falls to our generation.
I liked it better when Trump was up at 20%, but whatever.
When we launched this campaign 13 months ago, we saw a movement grow. The pundits all said it was hopeless. But we saw over 300,000 volunteers all across this nation.
Say it.
Over 1.5 million contributions, averaging
Or
about
Heidi died. She's
$60
really
each.
sick.
Say it. Say it. Yeah, Heidi's dying of pneumonia over there, and he can't stop yapping his trap.
Many of those volunteers, many of those contributions, you never forget. Just a few days ago, 2 young kids, ages 4 and 6, handed me 2 envelopes full of change.
One of them yelled out, "You suck!"
All of their earnings from their lemonade
And then he
stand.
said kids should be spanked.
They wanted the campaign to have it.
That's what I do like kids. That's why they like
built
kids so much.
this campaign. That's what fueled this movement.
And it's not good enough.
Thank you to each
I know, right? Kids get money.
incredible patriots
Here we go.
who have fought so hard
Here we
to
go.
save our nation.
Dude, I just got a spoiler. Mikey, spoiler alert.
And I with you.
Here we go.
He'll be mad at
I am
CNN.
so grateful to you. To my amazing wife, Heidi.
She's like, are you gonna hit me? That was awkward. Are we supposed to hug now? It wasn't scripted. I'm like, I know, campaign.
To our precious girls, Caroline and Catherine.
Don't hug him. Leave him alone. They're scared of you.
To my mom, the prayer warrior.
Is she in a wheelchair or is she really short?
To my dad, who has traveled this nation preaching the gospel. To Carly Fiorina, who has been an incredible, phenomenal running mate.
For a week. It's been incredible for that whole week. Rato Cruz looks like that guy from Poltergeist. He probably was gonna drop out and change his mind here.
What you have
Appreciate
done,
Carly.
the movement that you have started,
It's all about a little bit.
is extraordinary. I love each and every one of you.
All 40 of you who showed.
From the beginning, I've said that I would continue on as long as there was a viable path to victory. Tonight, I'm sorry to say, it appears that path has been foreclosed. Together, we left it all on the field in Indiana.
Mikey, you suck.
We gave it everything we've got.
Yeah, I know, right?
But the voters chose another path.
People are crying.
And so,
She's trying to
with a
cry
heavy
too.
heart,
She ain't got no feelings.
but with boundless optimism
She's Goldman Sachs. She's
for
a
the
sociopath.
long-term future of her nation, we are suspending our campaign.
Goodbye.
Hear me now. I am not suspending our fight for liberty.
What the fuck does that mean?
Nothing.
Nothing. Your career
I
is
am not
over.
suspending our fight to defend defend the Constitution,
Up top,
to
right
defend the
here.
Judeo-Christian
Goodbye,
values
Taylor
that
Cruz.
built America.
Goodbye, Ted.
Our movement,
Stop eating my peanuts.
and I give you my word that I will continue this fight with all of my strength
You're welcome.
and all of my ability.
You just gave up, motherfucker.
Flush the toilet!
You are extraordinary, and we will continue to fight next week and next month and
For what?
next year, and together we will continue.
Yeah, you
as
did, you
long
asshole.
as
You faked
God
me out,
grants us
man.
the strength
You
to fight
suck.
on.
What are you fighting now?
Who knows? Who's gonna read green eggs and ham to a preschool, I hope. Wait, no, I don't
For
want to go
one
to
thing
school. That's
remains
creepy.
as true today as it was 40 years ago in Kansas City. In this fight for the long-term future of America,
I'm so happy.
there is no substitute.
This is what you
For
wanted since the start.
There is no substitute
You'd have voted
for
for
the
Rand
America
Paul over
that
this
each
guy.
and
I would've
every
voted
one of
for
us loves
Satan
with all of our
himself
heart,
over
that
Ted
we
Cruz.
believe in
I
with
don't
all
think-
of
I
our
think those
heart,
are the same
and that
thing.
together we will restore
According to
as
John
a
Boehner,
shining city on the hill for
Shining
every
city
generation
on
to
the
come.
hill. What is that?
Thank you to each of you, and God bless you.
And I'm keeping the money you gave me. Sha-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Na-na-na. No, stop! He just elbowed her in the face.
is there. He has suspended
Right.
his
Yes!
campaign
He
following
just
a
elbowed her in
devastating
the
loss
face.
to Donald Trump.
You get
tonight.
more of that
This
later,
Indiana.
bitch.
Donald
Boom.
Trump, I think it's fair to say
Boom! Ted Cruz, let's go!
is now the
I'm
presumptive
so happy.
nominee of the Republican Party, even though he doesn't yet
Oh,
have
yeah.
the,
Oh, yeah.
the
And
magic
then
number of
there's
1,237 delegates. He
What
is
is going
well
on
his
here?
way.
Oh, my
Doesn't look
goodness.
like anything is going to stop him. Donald Trump emerges
Donald
as the
Trump
presumptive nominee
is
of the
now
Republican Party.
the
Interestingly
nominee
enough,
of the Republican Party, ladies and
Trump
gentlemen.
versus who?
to Ted Cruz, to Ted
Nobody.
It's from Ted Cruz.
No, I mean in the general, because
effort
dude,
that we're going to endorse.
They haven't
you.
decided that
is there a
yet.
possibility
They haven't
here?
decided that
He
yet.
was suspending his campaign. The use of the word, Jake, as you know,
Carmen
suspending
Fiorina
for
got
political
$500,000
reasons money
to be VP candidate for a week. Man, I wish I could make $500,000 in a week.
She made $500,000 to pretend to be a candidate for a week. No wonder she crying. She cries because she's so happy she gets a new swimming pool.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let me do that.
So I think it would be tough to say all that,
All right. So now all we need is, we got some interruption here.
whether or not you're really charges. And then
We got crappy internet.
congratulate Donald Trump.
Oh my god. Yeah, I got faked out alright, but I'm happy. But now I gotta know. But we still haven't heard Trump talk yet.
One simple thing: delegate men. They just do not think they can stop Donald Trump.
That's amazing. I was sure he wasn't quitting.
Just can't do it.
Sure he wasn't quitting. You got your wish, baby. You got your wish.
I got my wish. I'm so happy.
Now, might I get mine?
I'm gonna have to
Why is it? I hate CNN Go. We're watching CNN Go on Roku. And CNN, let me just tell you, this shit has to go. Why does this pop up constantly? Stop that. I got a little good stuff down here, and that pops up all the time.
Donald Trump is the destruction of the Republican Party. The Republican voters just made sure that they killed their own party.
Crumble.
It's cool though. They want to rebuild it as something else. The Democrat Party.
The child's like, can we go home now? Can I get done being beaten for not saying the right thing?
Is she pretending now?
She just wants to be gone.
Oh man.
Oh, it went up. He's 53%, she's 47%, 54% of the voting.
Remember what Mitt Romney said? He was like, when this happens, it's like you're important, you're special, the Secret Service is there, and then zoom, within 30 minutes, they're just all gone, and you're just your family alone.
That poor family, being alone with Ted Cruz.
Right,
Probably
no.
having all those people
Having
around
to be
them
alone with Ted Cruz
helped.
Oof.
It broke the, creepiness of being in the house alone with him.
Having to be alone with Ted Cruz would be just like the most horrible thing ever in the history of the world. You know, because you don't know if he's going to eat you and then wear your skin and then pretend to be a politician.
Still waiting on
Or
Trump.
not.
I can't believe Trump didn't come out at the same time. That would have been fantastic.
All right.
I would have
Well,
loved that. I would have loved that.
Given where he came from, or even he says he was.
see, Secret Service. That's Secret Service, dude. That's not private.
Oh yeah, that's Secret Service.
It is almost impossible to see unless something crazy happens, which has happened this year. But it is almost impossible to see him not getting that magic 1237, and including him being the person that the Republicans nominate as their president.
All right. Man, Ted Cruz dropped out. I can't believe he did. I can't believe he did. That's so awesome. Ted Cruz is gone. El Rato got flushed. And that fucker finally stayed down. I'll be right back. If I want to. Sure. Do you want to talk about it? Talk about it. You'll get more views than me. I'm a dude. You're a hot chick. You stand in front of the camera and like jiggle your boobies and be like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
"Welcome to the Jiggle Booby Show."
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. You want me to go instead?
I'll be faster.
Well, we can. I mean, we're still waiting on Trump. That's the only reason we're still doing this now. Because I'm watching Bernie. I want to see Bernie win. You think he might win? Bernie
Trump is
win?
next, live stream viewers. We will be airing next. So El Rato got flushed. Let's see this.
The way that many Republican officials suggested is, and the Democratic nominee.
That doesn't work.
What? Another one.
The answer to that question is largely going to depend.
Don't we have whiteboard cleaner?
It's washable. You're supposed to like wash it.
I've got whiteboard cleaner.
Might work, right?
Give me a paper towel.
Eventually fall in line. Just anecdotally, my experience just last night in Indiana, a state that has gone Republican for the last couple of decades at least, in presidential years. I talked to a lot of Republicans.
We're changing the sign here. Oh, I can't get. There we go.
I might just stay home. I might not vote for Donald Trump. Now, again, that's
See that? She's a Republican. She says
She's a Republican? She crying?
I might stay home.
She crying?
I might, try to seek out a third-party candidate. There are all those unknowns. But
David,
but
she's
we have to
crying.
Remember that we are right now in the heat of it, and that.
Yes.
You tend to
Do you
slow
understand?
down.
She's a Ted Cruz fan?
Listen to me. No, she's not a Ted Cruz fan.
Unifying
36% of conservatives that would vote Republican in this upcoming election refuse, absolutely refuse to vote for Donald Trump. So now, going into a general election, you only have 70% of your Republican Party vote.
She's been not nice to the Republicans during debates. I thought she was a Democrat.
Anderson, lots for your family
No,
to talk
she's
about.
not
And
nice
we would hear from the
Ted
presumptive
Cruz kept fucking
Republican
lying, and she
presidential
kept
nominee,
calling
and
him on him, trying to, you know, prod him to be a better person and to right himself instead of steering his ass into the fucking toilet. Upcoming Donald Trump speech is next. You got it on there?
Yeah. There's no like pause, just so you know. Oh my God, Bernie's at 53.1 now.
Who?
Bernie.
For John Kasich.
Okay, if you're watching this, and I know like nobody, we have
Bernie's
Mikey,
winning by a
you're
lot.
awesome. But does anybody know how the delegates are doled out in Indiana for the Democrats? Somebody tell me, because I can't find it, and I like get really confused.
All of us, myself included, the Republican
Whoa, too far.
establishment,
Sorry about
etc.
that.
We always thought Donald Trump.
I don't know what it, I don't know what it is.
From falling apart. Oh, except for
Well,
you.
you said all of us, except for her.
I heard all I needed to hear. Now I feel a little okay.
Donald Trump is, one loss away from falling apart, or now he said it, and he can't possibly recover
Let's
from
see.
that. And of course he did. And I think that the electorate.
Ted Cruz is
told us
dropping his
exactly how
White
they're
House
feeling
bid.
the Republican
That's
electorate
hilarious.
in this campaign, and they feel betrayed and angry, and Donald Trump represents that. Whether that puts his party in some peril in a general election.
Did it surprise you, David, to not hear anything from Ted Cruz about Donald Trump, or
Well, we heard plenty from him earlier today. He called him a pathological liar,
among other things.
Yeah, so maybe he thought that it would be a little discordant to embrace him.
See, we knew he sounded desperate this morning. Everything he was saying was just desperation.
We're going to have a very hard decision to make.
Last chance. What can I possibly say that might work?
Look, I don't want to minimize in any way what is a historical
none of it was going to work.
Donald Trump.
But I honestly thought he'd still stay in it for some crazy ass reason. So now, polls are still open for the question: do you think Ted Cruz is going to remain in politics and try again in a few years?
The fact is,
or do you think?
People who are disaffected and other issues who he has galvanized, and he may galvanize.
Or do you
more,
think that he's going to
be
lose his shit,
feed
his family, and fall off the face of the earth?
For himself with these key
Please
blocks of
answer in the comments.
I will never say that about Donald Trump again.
Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff, and I'm American, so who knows? I don't understand how any of this politics crap works. This whole how the delegates are handed out and the super delegates. Oh my God, what a mess! Yeah, how does Canada do it? Canada probably has a way better system, huh?
And he basically,
like one that makes sense.
Mining where they just
like anything, unlike anything we do here these days.
I mean, he just moved the entire mountain.
And it's not only constituencies.
But no, I can't figure it out.
David has identified in which he needs to now make up ground. I'm sitting here drawing a list and wondering, what's Paul Ryan saying tonight? What's Mitt Romney saying tonight? What's Jeb Bush saying tonight? Are they all? They're saying, holy crap!
They're saying we should have stayed in. Shit! What an idiot I am!
I want to say one thing about.
Do you want to just do
crap, you're Canadian. That means your internet's better than ours. That's why you're ahead of me.
It's been a long time coming for you.
It's that New England modesty. I want to say something about Senator Cruz first, and that speech.
Is he still a senator?
It may be forgotten now, but when Ronald Reagan lost to Gerald Ford, and I'm not talking about the speech at the convention, but a speech in a hotel to his supporters, and he quoted a Scottish poem that said, "I am hurt, but I am not slain. I'll lay me down and bleed a while, and then I'll rise and fight again," which he did. Senator Cruz should be, and will be, I assume, a major factor in the Republican Party coming down the road. And if he wants to be president of the United States at some point, I think he, stands a shot. So doing this way was the best way to do this. Now that said,
so speaks the next chairman of the Republican Party.
I thought it was an ambassadorship.
Can't Donald Trump, Jeffrey, show that grace and class in his speech? It's exactly what he should say. And I bet you Nicola does.
We'll see. But look, Donald Trump has led a really great and fascinating American life. He's an American original. We all saw him come down that escalator, and he really spoke to a lot of people in this country.
And what's he going to say
and
now,
we cannot lose sight of the fact that these people are responding. And I remember Michael sitting over there.
Somebody tell me what the...
the Pennsylvania primary. You were surprised that the suburban counties in Philadelphia had voted for him. I mean, it carried all 67 counties in Pennsylvania, which is unheard of in a
lot of us have been surprised and could not have seen this coming from Trump, but there are also a lot of us who are not at all surprised that having Ted Cruz as the last guy between Trump and the nomination was going to be a problem. And this is why months and months
all right,
ago,
I know the big thing here is the Republican Ted Cruz dropping out and Donald Trump winning. Is anybody paying attention to Bernie Sanders right now?
People around him, and that's why there was an effort to get a bunch of candidates to drop out so that there wasn't just this plurality that Donald Trump was exploiting very well, and prop up someone like Marco Rubio, who actually maybe had a shot. But this scenario was completely predictable. Unlike so much of Trump's success, I think Cruz's demise ultimately was seen for miles down the pipe.
I see Cruz differently tonight than you do. I don't think he should have done this tonight. I mean,
really?
We were talking about this. I mean, somebody talked about your father. Somebody talked
All
about
he said was he knew him. Good Lord.
No, even though there was no path to victory, maybe I'm a smaller person, but you have to defend your family honor.
That's a great reason to take millions of dollars from
people. Can't get there, and then on the next one, say, why did he get out?
I have a wise friend sitting over there who said running for president is an MRI of the soul. And I thought of that when Hillary Clinton got out of the race. A day or two later, I spent the whole day with her. She was really impressed by Barack Obama. She had run against him, tested him,
she was really, honestly, thought he was fully qualified at that point to be president. She was really impressed by him. She had seen his soul up close in the clinches. Ted Cruz has seen Donald Trump's soul up close in the clinches.
I just thought it. That's awesome. I mean, that would be, I don't wish for anybody to shoot themselves, but, they're all pro-gun, so screw it. But that's funny. Sorry, reading comments. Sorry, that was good. That was funny. Our one thing
is really going to be significant because so many Tuesday nights we've sat together and we've said, what Donald Trump will we see tonight?
See, this is what we're waiting for, in case you're wondering.
Out onto that stage,
Trump,
and he is
speech,
the presumptive
next.
nominee. So does he
That's
take
what we're
the
waiting on
persona?
here.
What does he
Trump,
say about Ted
speech,
Cruz?
next.
Does he try and recast the die for a new electorate?
And I need to go
You also wonder
child
if
with the
right now is he
babysitters.
recalculating or recalibrating whatever the notes he had.
Let's take that insult down. You see, every time someone gets out, Trump has flips completely and said, I like Chris Christie. Chris Christie's great. I like Jeb. He's a nice guy. So, yes, you wonder if he's going to make those same overtures.
Look out, John Kasich.
Right. And what does he say about Hillary Clinton this time? Remember last time he started the whole women's card and talked about Hillary Clinton not being anywhere.
I gotta.
Only get 5%.
I'm afraid Trump's gonna come on.
Does he continue?
I gotta go get my kids. She's down with the neighbors.
Would essentially hurt him in a general election. I think it would be fascinating.
Let me make one point about his popularity, and Jeffrey, you may have a different response to this.
I don't
can't think of a nominee who's emerging from his own process, who's less popular in his own party.
Barry Goldwater.
All right, okay.
That worked.
How do you feel about it?
Well, no. But I mean, the Goldwater. I mean, JFK had been assassinated. LBJ was at the height of his popularity. No Republican was going to win that. But just in terms of what Goldwater
in his own party.
Right. In his own party. I mean, let's not forget that Nelson Rockefeller stood up at that convention and excoriated Goldwater and all of his supporters.
Now we'll see what happens in Brighton.
So clearly that's not the way to go. And it does now mean that Donald Trump has to start bringing people together, and I have no doubt that he'll try and do that.
Paul, how do you think? What do you think about the fact that Donald Trump has wrapped this up before Hillary Clinton? Whoever thought that was going to
It's so impressive. It is.
And you're assuming Hillary Clinton's got it all wrapped up. Did you see how things are going tonight?
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
For all the reasons
That may not be.
but
I'm
this
sorry.
is
May
a
not be the case.
Victory. This is Rome sacking Carthage, burning every building,
All right,
stealing every bit of property, and sowing salt into the field.
You just stole some lines from his speech.
So we must not misunderestimate it. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
As I say.
But you've connected two things that aren't that connected. The same rebellion is happening in the country in both parties.
Right.
The reason Hillary is still fighting is the reason that Trump just won. There is a big discontent in this country. And tonight, for Bernie Sanders, and we can say the same thing about Bernie, he shouldn't be here either.
See, that's why I left. Trump's so damn dramatic. I knew I had time.
I'll be right back with the child. I hope I don't miss it.
In their houses right now.
All right, hurry up.
And they are mad.
It's also going to be interesting if you now have a situation where you have Donald Trump attacking Hillary Clinton and you have Bernie Sanders echoing some of the same sentiments against Hillary
She's
Clinton
going to be
as
the new
well.
Jeb Bush.
No. I mean, listen. I mean, and you talk about an MRI of the soul. You saw Jeb Bush's soul as well. And you're seeing Hillary Clinton's grit as well. I think Hillary Clinton's going to be fine. She's not worried about Bernie Sanders. But I do think that she has got to, tonight, show that she's got the message from both parts. The message from the Republicans, they're mad, they're hurting. The message from the Democrats, they're mad, they're hurting. She can get there, but this should not be a moment of happiness for liberals. We got Trump, we're going to win.
But to Axe's point, this is what we're going to learn this year. In previous cycles for Republicans, we have learned that we cannot win without the base. And we had a couple candidates that did not excite the base. Now we're going to learn if we can't win without the establishment, without moderates, without independents, and if we can win with only the base. That's what we're going to learn through Trump.
I want to bring in Mark Preston. Mark, we're hearing that from the RNC, correct?
We are now, Anderson. There's been a lot of talk about what is going to happen next with John Kasich saying he's going to stay in, but the Republican National Committee just now has said that they expect Donald Trump to be the Republican nominee. They tweeted it right there. If you look at that, at real Donald Trump will be the presumptive GOP nominee. We will all need to unite and focus on defeating Hillary Clinton. Now, this comes, Anderson, as the Republican National Committee is trying to get together their convention out in Cleveland. They were preparing for a contested convention. Now all of that will shift to Donald Trump now being the presumptive nominee, him becoming the Republican nominee in July in Cleveland. Anderson?
All right, more President, fascinating.
Be the anti-establishment candidate.
Well,
Run against Republican National.
I think the Kasich people understand that they're not going to win this nomination. I've been emailing with somebody who said that they're staying in too much to fight for the soul of the GOP and the future of America. That's all.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all. And I think it's a crusade for Kasich at this point. It's not a campaign anymore. I think he wants to continue to get the attention that he's been getting.
Does he have money to continue?
Well, that's a big question. I mean, he's got a lot of loyal money people, but loyalty is tested at a time like this, and I think he'll continue to use free media as much as he can, and we'll see how this.
I think that side team here is coming from the West Coast tonight because California finally thought they had a year that they would matter on June the 7th. Unfortunately, that's not the way it's going to be.
And does Donald Trump, I mean, in terms of the GOP just talked about, the RNC just talked about bringing the party together. How does Donald Trump try to start to do that? Does he make that one of his missions, or does he just, by going after Hillary Clinton, hope that or think that that brings the party together?
We'll see if there is a unity message. Again, never predict what Donald Trump will do, but I think what he's got to prove to Republicans is that he can win.
Yeah.
Because Republicans don't believe that he can win. And he's got to shows up, I've got the arguments to make against her, I can do it, and I can do it in Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
They told her Bernie is winning, it's unbelievable.
Bernie is winning 53 to 46. It's amazing.
You've been watching.
Pro-trade, pro-immigration
I say hi,
reform
hi
party.
YouTube.
They've lost.
He totally jumped the gun too.
We're sad because we were having fun at the neighbor's house. I'm gonna come home.
He's won. The evangelicals are floating out there. There is an incoherence to it, and it's going to take an
Let's have some ice cream.
set of
Let's have some ice cream. Let's take your shoes
to
off.
bring that all together. And as
You
a
want
The
unit,
meltdown.
I think it's very.
All right, turn down CNN.
I worry if I were Trump about some of the particular areas of the party.
What?
Romney type. I know this is going to sound.
I want to read the meltdown.
Not only keeping their powder dry, but going so far as to embrace Hillary Clinton. I think there's a
Ready?
real prospect
What?
here.
What? Oh, you want me to turn it down?
Republican Party.
I'm sorry. Okay. Did you read the comments here?
I will now be reading the comments from Ted Cruz supporter site. Now we can sit back and watch Cruz warnings about Trump become true. Let them try and get this Trump dragged over the finish line in November. I'd like to see Trump nominate Cruz for the Supreme Court. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I wasn't able to see Senator Cruz's speech. Will it be on here? Or does someone know where we can see it? I don't think this is going to be like that drunk woman that gave her concession speech in Arizona or whatever. Or Nevada, Utah, whatever. Remember? That drunk politician woman comes out all, we lost. It was real. It happened.
Well, baby? Where? Mommy puppy? Yeah. It's a mommy puppy. Oh, wow. I love looking like a mommy puppy. That's awesome.
I'm done voting. Marsing 83639 2 minutes ago. America, you have sealed your doom. Sheer politics. I have never felt so betrayed. How could he just throw in the towel like this?
Because he doesn't give a shit about you.
You Trump supporters are scum! Rules for Rationals 4 minutes ago. Who saw this coming and why? Cindy C. Florida 6 minutes ago.
I must admit, I did not see it coming. I thought he would stay.
Hi, Sagan. I'm reading comments about how Ted Cruz just quit running for president. He threw in the towel like a beaten, scared, red-headed stepchild. You don't know what that means because you're not a stepchild, nor are you a bastard child.
Nor are you beaten.
You are a perfect bred, white American, suburban, beautiful child.
You're a princess.
You are
Not
a
that she has to
princess.
be white
You are
or anything, that's
American
just what she is.
princess in the way that Walt Disney sees all girls as princesses.
I came off as a little like white
I love
elitist,
you.
just know.
What?
I said I came off as a little white elitist.
We are white elitists.
But
That was a joke, internet.
Yeah. but no.
I love you.
Alright. Want ice cream? Yeah. Come here.
Ice cream time.
Huh? Right here. Oh yeah.
Can we have Jeb back, please?
Right there. That's ice cream and sprinkles and
Did
a
you hear that
chocolate
one?
cookie underneath.
Did you hear that?
Yes, can we have Jeb back, please? I bet you Jeb's like, why did I ever drop out? Is it coming on yet?
No, I'm saying, isn't it about time sooner? Oh, after the ice cream. Okay.
Yeah, we're having ice cream, Daddy.
Okay.
How's Bernie doing?
Oh, he's
Look,
got
this
this.
chick-
He's got this. Don't
This
you
chick's
worry.
checking her like Twitter on camera.
I was trying to get a peek of her cleavage.
53.2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think he's gonna do it.
Yeah. No, Bernie's got it. I can't believe they haven't called it yet.
Of course they haven't called it. Bernie wasn't expected to win, and they can't believe he's winning. 538 got that wrong. 90% chance with their stuff.
Yeah.
It was a 90% chance that Hillary would win on 538. What if I told you about 538?
Unless there is some sort of really large block of votes for Hillary that is yet to be counted.
Look.
And it would need to be about 100,000 votes.
I'll come right back here. Look here. Here, look.
I mean, how much is he leading by? See, they won't even put the Bernie win in
No, they
anymore
just had
on
it
the
up.
screen.
These are the only counties that aren't in. 67.3% reporting.
Wow, Bernie really took that, huh?
Look at that. Look at that. He took Andy, dude.
She's
Yeah,
got
see.
2 more states back. 3 more counties. Hillary's got 3 more counties out.
What do you mean? Yeah, they're not voted
Those
in.
should be one. That should
Yeah, and these should be
be.
whatever that color is, and then this is, I think, a toss-up here. Dude, I'm telling you. This is crazy. This is crazy. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Dear Indiana, count your votes faster. Count your votes faster. Dream on, Ted Cruz. Oh man, it ain't that funny now. Because Ted Cruz is gone now. See, what made it entertaining and fun was that Ted Cruz was a loser. He just had not recognized yet that he lost. So he was acting all, I'm still in this race, contested convention.
I was sure he was going to stick with that. I was sure of it.
Nah, he came out and he threw in the towel like a scared little bitch. He didn't support Trump, though.
Of course not. He won't. Is anybody else on CNN crying? Come here. Anybody else crying?
I'm waiting on Trump.
Right in his wheelhouse.
It's not enough to go then and say, oh, I hate Hillary, oh, she's evil and awful and terrible. He's got to find ways to reach out. Contrast that with Hillary Clinton. Watch her tonight.
So,
reach out to those Sanders voters to talk all about that pain that Clinton's talking about.
Why is Kasich still in it?
Reach out to those folks. In addition to saying,
what? Does she recalibrate tonight?
Why is Kasich still in it? When's the last time he's given a speech?
She's already known. She has to do
Kasich, oh man, he don't even care. He does interviews sometimes in diners.
I
That's
would
what
say
I'm
people
saying.
have seen him. He's actually still alive and not just in there because he's dead and hasn't known to drop out.
Well, every now and then you'll see him do like an interview in a diner.
Happy with the fact that it's Donald Trump? No, I don't think she celebrates it until she takes a hand off the Bible and says, "So help me God." She's not that way. You don't think they're
We're talking about Hillary. Bernie's winning Indiana.
That's exactly right. You cannot watch what happened in the last year.
Oh my goodness gracious.
This is going to be easy.
You know, they're looking at what happened.
That's a big upset if he wins, dude.
Dude, I can stream gaming.
And they're studying.
Yeah, well, you have a separate app for that.
Fell one by one, starting with Rick Perry.
For phone
They're
gaming.
looking at the attack.
Oh, you mean like that?
They're looking at what
Set it up
failed.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
Stream Fallout 4.
To a small degree. And then one thing that
Why did I totally do that?
the Hillary Clinton person is that they believe it started.
This is our projector wall, by the way.
So this campaign is not going to be for the faint of heart because it will start tonight. It will start tonight.
I'm gonna take a little moment here to
already seen some of that happening. There was a web ad out of an Arkansas Senate race where the Democratic candidate basically.
How's your ice cream, Sagan?
Donald Trump saying
Is it pretty good?
about women's physique.
Did you see the cookie underneath it?
And I think they're sort of floating and trying, sort of trial the.
You're watching your tablet. She's watching her tablet. She's been playing.
Again, the problem for
That's my
Hillary
girl.
Clinton on this is that there are women
That's her mess.
out there who have very strong views about her, and I'm talking about the Juanita Broadway.
Trump speech next. That's what we're waiting on.
Yet again, and talk about
Sanders
this,
still winning
and
Indiana.
We'll go down that path again, and I don't think Donald Trump is going to shrink from going down that path.
Trump will be behind that.
Never Trump, never Trump. The Trumpiest enjoy your grief with glee.
Go places that most, other candidates would kind of leave.
We know how this ends. Jesus wins in the end.
There's no doubt in my mind that he has 1 year on his shift and it's straight ahead, and that's what he's going to do. And so when if she's sitting in Chappaqua tonight, one thing that she knows for sure, this is not going to be pleasant.
No, it's going to be rough.
If the Democrats are saved, they will be saved.
Oh, here we go.
It will be saved.
Here we go.
American women. We got a quick projection to make. I'm going to go to Wolf.
I just got a really nice.
Bernie Sanders is the winner of the Democratic
Bernie Sanders, keep going, guys. Of course, I'm never gonna get my favorite presidential candidate, John Huntsman.
No,
But you
never
get
gonna
yours.
happen.
But you get
He's
yours.
got a long way to go still.
His wife Melania there, his daughter Ivanka, her husband.
Poor Ivanka. They won't let her stay home with that new baby.
As well.
She did not get maternity leave.
Gorgeous Melania.
Yeah, but nobody gave her maternity leave.
I got fucking gorgeous Melania.
Do you hear me?
How he
They aren't giving her maternity leave. That poor thing. Now Melania's looking good.
Thank you very much, everyone. I want to start by, as always, thanking my family, my wife,
Who's the ugly chick behind you?
Melania, my kids. They're not kids anymore, but they're kids.
She's
as
not
far as I'm
ugly,
concerned. They'll always be my kids.
Compared to the other two, she's
And
not as
I
pretty.
want to thank my great parents who are looking down.
Not
right
ready
now,
yet?
My brother looking down on us. I want to
Not
thank my
yet.
brothers,
Can you believe Bernie
including
just won
Mary
second?
and Elizabeth,
Sorry, I'll shut up.
Robert. And
But
it's been
I'm just
some
excited.
unbelievable day and evening and year, and never have been through anything like this, but it's a beautiful thing to watch and a beautiful thing to behold, and we're going to make America great again. We're going to make America great.
I love you, girl. You're the
So,
best.
the people of Indiana have been incredible. I started, as you know, not very long ago.
My dog is
About
excited.
6 weeks ago, and I was told I had a 20-point
See how he's gotten more serious with his
and
tone?
I went there and I worked very hard. And
He's
I
starting to
campaigned,
pivot
I made lots of
to
speeches,
general
and I
election
met
Donald,
lots of
which is going to be a
incredible
completely
people.
different guy than we've
Incredible
seen.
people. You don't get better. And the crowds got bigger and bigger, and toward the end, it was like I didn't want to leave. I almost said, maybe I'll just never leave. And it resonated somehow. And we had a tremendous victory tonight. It was a tremendous victory. And I have to thank Bobby Knight. Boy, Bobby Knight was incredible.
UAB cures diabetes in lab mice, preparing for human trial.
I always say about, people like
Shit.
that, there aren't many. But
Now the fatties are going to eat all they want, going, I can just
and you
cure
know how to win.
diabetes.
And that's what our country needs. We have to win again. We have to know how to win. And we haven't won. We've been losing all the time. We lose with our military. We can't beat ISIS. We lose with trade. We lose with borders. We lose with everything. We're not going to lose. We're going to start winning again, and we're going to win bigly. I told you. So when I got back tonight and I started watching all of the different networks, I could see immediately that we were doing very well, and it really looks like a massive victory, and looks like we win all 57 delegates as
Oh, wow.
What do you say?
He wins all
He gets them
57.
all?
Every last one.
I must say, in staying in various places in Indiana, we had, I turned on the television and all I saw was negative ads, negative one after another, and I called my people and I said, how can we win? It's just constantly, and it was the same as Florida. There have been 60,000 negative ads. I got it right from you folks, okay? 60,000.
I know, it's so excited, baby. I can't help it. I just can't let it go.
55,000.
Bernie wasn't supposed to win, but he won. He
negative
won. He
ads,
won.
Most of which are absolutely false and disgusting. And I said, how can anybody endure this? I had one evening 2 nights ago where literally they had 5 ads on in between segments of a show that I was
we
watching.
can now use this.
And I said, that's just incredible. And the people are so smart. They don't buy it. They get it. And tremendous.
You see how he's calmed down his
Tremendous
demeanor?
amounts of
You
money
see how
were
he's
spent.
calmed down everyone and
Millions
he's
and
being more
millions of
presidential?
dollars, and they were comparing it. They
But
think
he's
it was
been doing it
probably
for
$8
lately.
million was spent against me, and we spent $900,000. So, I mean, to me, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's something that makes me feel
Yeah, whenever Hillary's going to speak
really,
tonight.
really very good. And now we're going to Nebraska, where I just hear we're
Yeah,
doing
well.
really wonderfully. I look forward to that very much. And West Virginia, and we're going to get those miners back to work. I'll tell you why. We're going to get those miners back to work. We're not going to be Hillary Clinton. And I watched her 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Why
and she
aren't
was
they
talking
talking about
the miners
Bernie?
as if they were just numbers.
Does he know Bernie
and
won?
she was talking about she wants the mines closed and she will never let them work again. Let me tell you, the miners in West Virginia and Pennsylvania, which was so great to me last week, Ohio, and all over, they're going to start to work again, believe me. You're going to be proud again to be miners. So we'll be going there. I must say, this tremendous run that we've had started with New York, where we had almost 62%. And don't forget, that's with 3 people. So 62% with 2 people is a massive landslide, but 63%, almost just a little over 62. When you have that kind of a number with 3 people, it's actually unheard of. And all throughout, it was 17 people, then 15, then 12, and, it's tremendous. And we were getting very high numbers. And some of the numbers, in my opinion, that I got in the early stages, where I'd win a state with 32%, but there were 14 people. I think that might be actually more and better than getting 62% in New York. But we never got credit for that. But now we're going to get the credit. Because we're going after Hillary Clinton. She will not. She will not be a great president.
You doing a
She
good
will
job?
not be a good president.
Yeah.
She will be a poor president. She doesn't understand trade. Her husband signed, perhaps in the history of the world, the single worst trade deal
Well,
ever
that's
done.
not her though.
It's called NAFTA. And I was witness
How
to
is NAFTA was that new?
the carnage over the last 6 weeks especially.
Okay.
Now, I've known Syracuse, and
Got me.
I've
You get my
known
phone and me?
Poughkeepsie, and I've known all of the different places that I visited in New York, and then Pennsylvania, and then Maryland, which treated me so great, and the people are incredible, and all of the different states, Connecticut, and I've witnessed what it's done really firsthand, and it has been indeed carnage. And
Not
we're going
you
to change
guys.
it around. We're not
No
going to let
dollars.
Carrier and all of these companies just think
I don't know
that they
what
can
Hillary
move,
said.
go to another
I hope
country, make
Creed
their products, sell
Cruz
it back
leads
to us,
a new
and
party.
we get only one thing. We get
These people are
unemployment.
dreaming.
Not going to happen anymore, folks. It's not going to happen anymore. We're going to bring back our jobs, and we're going to keep our jobs. We're not going to let companies leave. Now, if they want to go to a different state, good luck. Compete. But when they start going to different countries, and in many cases countries that devalue their currency and make it impossible for our companies to compete, that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And if they want to do it anyway, there will be consequences. And there will be very, very serious consequences. I have to tell you that I've competed all my life. Competitive person. All my
Yeah,
life,
baby.
I've been in competitions. Different competitions, whether it's sports
Yeah,
or
we were borrowing.
You can write
business,
anything
or
you want
now
there on there,
for
girl.
10 months politics. And I have to tell you that I have
You can write anything on there. you
met
want.
some of the most incredible
We're
competitors
gonna marker.
that
Oh,
I
this
have
one.
ever competed against. Right here on the Republican Party. You know, we started off with that 17 number. And just so you understand, Ted Cruz, I don't know if he likes me or if he doesn't like me, but he is one hell of a competitor. He is a tough,
Really?
smart guy.
Who is
Really?
it?
Ted Cruz.
Oh.
And he has got an amazing future. He's got an amazing future. So I want to congratulate Ted. And I know how tough it is. It's tough. It's tough. I've had some
I know how
moments
tough it is to
where
get
it's not
your ass
looking
beat by
so
me.
good.
Yeah, I don't think it's been very tough for him.
It's not a great feeling.
He's pretty much done well
And
the
so
whole
I
damn
understand how Ted
time.
feels, and Heidi and their whole beautiful family. And I want to just say, though, that one tough competitor. And I can say that for the others. I mean, Chris Christie, who endorsed me, incredible guy. Dr. Ben Carson, who was right up there, one of the first. He just called me and said, it's a movement you've got going. You've got to do something, because I'll tell you what, it's an incredible movement. And Dr. Ben Carson endorsed me, and I want to tell you, that is an incredible man. And we want to keep them totally involved, because we're going to win. We're going to win in November.
Bernie mentioned that he thought Elizabeth Warren would make a great VP candidate, by the way.
Yes, that's probably why I
I
wanted
wrote your
to.
name again.
And we're
Good
gonna
job,
win it. And it's
baby.
going to be America first. You know, I made a speech the other day, and I talked about how we're the policemen for the
Yeah, you
world,
want me
how
to
we
erase that and
protect
write your
other
name?
countries,
Okay.
and they don't respect us, and they don't take care of us,
She's
and
the world's
they don't
worst
treat us
VP
right in
because
many
in the
cases.
Senate, she can
And
actually
that's not going to happen.
change
Now, we can keep things going, and we're going to keep things going very nicely, but we owe $21 trillion. It's 19 now, but with a budget that was recently done, soon it will be $21 trillion. And we're just not in the position that we're in 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, when a lot of these things took place and began taking place. So we're going to have unbelievably good relationships with other countries. But likewise, they have to treat us fairly, and they have to understand that what we've been doing over the years has been so wrong and so unfair to the United States and to its people and to its taxpayers. So that will change, and I will tell you, they're going to end up liking us better than they do right now. They're going to respect us. In this building right upstairs,
You do it? Here, I'll help you. You wanna try? Okay, ready?
in In this building right upstairs, I have the largest bank in the world from China. The relationship is fantastic. We have great relationships with many foreign countries, but they have to respect us, and they have to understand where we're coming from. And you know, it is a two-way street. And the two-way street means that we're going down one side and they're coming up the other. And we're going to meet, and we are going to have something that's going to be really fabulous. Now, if that can't happen, if for some reason they want the system to continue the way it's going now, which is unfair and not good, where we're spending trillions and trillions of dollars, probably $4 trillion in the Middle East, and we have to rebuild our infrastructure, our roads, we have to rebuild our bridges, our airports, our hospitals in this country. We've become close to a third world country. You look at some of our airports, it's third world, and then you go to other countries and you see places like you've never seen. So I have to say that we are going to turn it around. We're going to build up our military bigger, better, stronger than ever before. It's the cheapest thing we can do.
So he's a big spending Republican, and they
ISIS,
love him.
We're going to have to take them out fast. We can't allow that.
Well, the only thing he knows how to do is build and, you know,
not allow it to continue.
reality TV, so I'm not surprised that he says that.
And you know, one group that's been so incredible to me are the vets, the veterans. And they've been treated so badly. So badly. And we're going to get that. We're going to get that straightened out. Now, one of the things that just happened, which to me is very exciting, and it's happened now with 2 or 3, but the Rasmussen poll came out yesterday. And in that poll, I'm now leading Hillary Clinton. A lot of good things. I'm now leading Hillary.
You want me to draw one? Is it hard at Miss Betty's? Oh, I didn't know that. We'll have to ask her tomorrow.
And that's going to continue because they're not going to be able to do it, folks. They're not going to be able to make great trade deals. We have such bad deals. They're not going to be able to do what we can do with the military. They're not going to be able to do what we're going to do on the border, including the wall. We're going to have unbelievably great relationships with the Hispanics. The Hispanics have been so incredible to me. They want jobs. Everybody wants jobs. The African Americans want jobs. You look at what's going on, they want jobs. And we're going to bring back our jobs, and we're going to save our jobs, and people are going to have great jobs again. And this country, which is very, very divided in so many different ways, is going to become one beautiful, loving country. And we're going to love each other, we're going to cherish each other, we're going to take care of each other, and we're going to have great economic development. And we're not going to let other countries take it away from us, because that's what's been happening for far too many years. And we're not going to do it anymore. We're not going to do it anymore. I want to thank and congratulate the Republican National Committee and Reince Priebus, who I just spoke to.
There's an octagon.
He's doing a tremendous job. It's not an easy job. When he had 17 egos, and now I guess he's down to 1. I don't know. Is there a second? Is there a second? I don't know. I'm going to have to ask you folks to explain the status of it. But he's done an amazing job, and I think we're going to see something really, really fantastic. I also want to thank my staff, Paul, Corey, Hope. I mean, these people, what we've been doing has been incredible. The work. The work has been unreal. And Jared, married to my daughter, Ivanka. I mean, honestly, you know, Jared is a very successful real estate person, but I actually think he likes politics more than he likes real estate. I'm going to tell you. And he's very good at politics.
Yeah, there's more markers there.
So again, folks, this has been an amazing evening. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect it.
You know what I didn't expect?
What Ted
Bernie
did is
Sanders
really
to
a very
win.
brave thing to do. And a great thing to do.
Excited.
Because we want to bring unity to the Republican Party. We have to bring unity. It's so much easier if we have it. And many, many people are calling that you wouldn't even believe. The media, the press, they wouldn't believe. People that have said the worst things about me I've never had things said about me like this. You know, in my businesses, I've always been very respected. People didn't talk to me this way. But in politics, it's easy. The worst things, and they're calling now, and they're calling us all, and they're saying, we'd love to get on the train, the Trump train they call it, but we'd love to get on the team. And I actually spoke to one today, and who was vicious. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. And I said, I love having you, and, you know, I think it's terrific. But after what you said about me, how can you possibly join our team? And he said, Mr. Trump, don't even think about it. Don't worry about it. There'll be no problem. In other words, he's a politician. There's no problem. I would have had a hard time. But we have a lot of people coming on, lots of congressmen. I have to thank Jeff Sessions, Senator Jeff Sessions, one of the most respected men or people in Congress. And so many others. I mean, Sarah Palin has been from day one incredible. Jerry Falwell Jr., Liberty University. I mean, he is something. He is really a special person. They've done an incredible job, and everybody goes through Liberty. We all go through Liberty, and somehow he liked what I was saying, and perhaps he liked the way I said it. But he's a special guy, and he really has helped me. And so many pastors and ministers, and tonight I see that I won with the evangelicals. The evangelical vote was for Trump. And there's no greater honor, just no greater honor. And we're going to work together for many, many years. We're going to make it so good. We're going to be saying Merry Christmas again. We're going to be saying Merry Remember. We're going to be saying. And I won with women. I love winning with women. But I won with women.
Well, you asked, how could Bernie have 52% of the male vote and 60% of the female vote and not be winning?
We won with African Americans. We won with virtually every category. So it's just been an amazing evening. So again, I want to congratulate Ted Cruz. He is a tough, smart competitor. I want to thank my wife and my family. It's an incredible family. I want to thank my staff, both my staff and my thousands and thousands of people that work for the Trump Organization. And
PlayStation 2 games, $2 each? You'll buy all of them.
Perhaps an alternate is more importantly on this evening and for what we're doing currently, my staff for the presidency. And remember this, our theme is very simple. It's Make America Great Again. We will make America great again. We will start winning again. You will be so proud of this country very, very soon. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Not at all.
Whoops! You okay?
Relatively short, under 20 minutes. Donald Trump, the Republican presidential nominee, presented presidential nominee for all practical purposes after a crushing defeat of Ted Cruz tonight in Indiana. He congratulated and thanked Ted Cruz. Had an amazing future ahead of him, he said, but he was clearly excited by the fact that he says he's not going to face Hillary Clinton in the Democratic-Republican contest. We're going after Hillary Clinton. He said, Jake, this is a huge moment for the presumptive Republican presidential nominee.
Absolutely, and the messages he delivered in this speech were
he kind of trounced her a little bit.
First of all, he talked a lot about trade deals and restoring the economy of the United States.
Lord.
That's been a big
How
part
did
of
they
his
have
appeal
him?
on
How did they have her? 90% chance to win.
Praising his
That's how it
rivals like
turned
Ted
out.
Cruz, like Ben Carson,
What
like
happened?
Chris
Let's see
Christie,
what
talking
they
about
have to
how he
say
wanted
for
to
themselves.
unify the party. He criticized Hillary Clinton, of course, but it was a very subdued Donald Trump, and I think if I had to speculate, I'd say he probably was trying to seem statesmanlike, if you'll forgive the term presidential, reassure party leaders who are worried about him, not because of his commanding victory, but because of other moments in the campaign, including early this morning, when he basically suggested that Ted Cruz's father had possibly played a role in the Kennedy assassination. Moments like that really make Republican Party leaders very, very nervous. They're worried about what kind of candidate he's going to be, and his speech this evening had none of that. It was very calm and very restrained.
And you know, he really seemed to, he actually said point blank, Jay, that he didn't expect this. And I believe him.
They're saying that now we're going to have the Senate.
Given the tone and the tenor of the speech, that he didn't expect it, which maybe is a little bit surprising because we knew that Ted Cruz had 2 speeches ready. We didn't know he was going to drop out.
Well, there's still
Illinois, Wisconsin,
two speeches
Ohio,
ready.
Florida,
And this
New
is
Hampshire,
generally the kind of
Iowa,
speech
Missouri, North
when
Carolina.
somebody becomes the
Those are
nominee.
the states that will
all
swing
the states that we
Democrat
covered,
senators.
that they give a big
Trump
of the
is
moment
the
speech. That's
nominee.
not what we heard from Donald
Yeah.
Trump tonight.
Explaining
He
why
wound
Bernie
his
won.
way there at the end, talking what you just mentioned about
They're not
unity
gonna
and
talk
about
about
saying nice things about
No,
Ted
they're
Cruz
not
and bringing the
explaining
party
why Bernie
together.
won.
But it wasn't the
Contrary to their predictions.
I haven't got to.
10,000 feet. Here
I'm
I
scrolling
am
through
on
all
your
their shit.
side
Hold on.
kind of speech.
I can't read
Is that
everything.
done? Are you still?
Yeah, it's too streaming. You don't turn it off. You can't. But we're still discussing politics.
Oh, that's old milk. Don't drink that. Did you drink it? I've been looking for that. Did you drink some? I've been looking for this cup for 2 days.
Ew.
Did you drink any, honey? Let's go get some water. You don't, okay, your milk is over there. Are you okay?
Did you drink that?
It's okay if you did. Just mommy needs to know. Did it taste yucky? Okay, come here. Let's go have some water.
Did it taste yucky?
Okay, drink your milk. Drink this milk.